Hello, and welcome back to Broerman Farmstead. I hope that each and every one of you has had a Merry Christmas, that you've gotten to spend it with your family, and had a very enjoyable time. I know that my kids enjoyed Christmas, and we had a great time with them. If you could take this time to go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like this video, and hit the notification bell. That way you can get notified every Sunday at 9 o'clock when we release our next video. I'm out of feed in the barn in my wagon for the cattle, so we're going to go ahead and grind some more up for them today. Well, I've had the 4430 on the battery charger. It is mighty cold out right now, so let's see how well this thing starts. Now, typical 30 series John Deere is going to take a little extra effort. It is apparently too cold for this old girl. I'm going to go get the battery charger back out and see if I can't find a can of summer air, if you know what I mean. Air intake. Make this a little bit easier. We'll just go ahead, pull the end of the filter off. Make sure we're getting at a good dose. Come on. There we go. Summer air. See if that makes much of a difference for us. There we go. Didn't even need a battery charger. The 4430 just need a little extra incentive to want to start up. I'd really like to let this tractor warm up, but I don't want the smoke out my building here. So I'm going to go ahead and raise the plow up just a little bit, just enough that I can back this thing out. Let it warm up for a little bit while I go do some other stuff around here in the meantime while this thing warms up. I'll check on all the cattle. Sophia, Belle, and our little soon-to-be bulls out there enjoying the nice sun that we got today. Looks like I need to break the ice open again for the calves. Pocahontas and Lakota are laying down. Tonight when I come back through, I'll put a little extra water in this water tank. Today's supposed to be the last cold day for this week. It's supposed to warm up real nice, so I really shouldn't have to worry about that water tank freezing up too much more. We'll put some more water in there tonight, get that a little bit higher for those calves, and should be good. The new water that we installed for the other end of the barn over here has been working really good. I've been keeping an eye on it. Both of these two heifers and our soon-to-be bull. He has full manhood yet, but he's not exactly quite old enough to breed these two heifers, but if he does, it'd be all right. The water over there has been working out really well. I haven't had any issues with it yet. I'm pretty happy with it. The pigs, on the other hand, I've been having a really hard time keeping water to them, but they seem to be pretty happy anyways. Now they warm it up that we can go out there, unhook the plow, hook the grinder up, and grind ourselves a little more ear corn. I've still got a bunch of dirt smeared up on this tractor from plowing the other week uptown. Didn't get too much on it until we went to go down the road and it started splattering up from the front wheels. I'll set this down. Yep, just a little bit more. There we go. And there the plow's unhooked. So the snowblower that I have is a 1000 PTO, and the feed grinder I have is set for 540. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and switch the power takeoff stub shaft out on the 4430 from 1000 to 540. And I won't need this top link for grinding feed. I don't have a holder to keep it up out of the way, so I'll just take it off. Oh, it's not in my way. So on the 4430, you have two different stub shafts that lock into different sets of gears inside the transmission. And those stub shafts are held in place by a set of snap rings. This is the 540. The 540 has a coarser shaft to it, has 6 points, whereas the 1000 is a lot finer. I'll go ahead and take that other snap ring out. Keep that in a safe place. Drop my vice grips. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can. I do have the tractor on a hill, that way most of the fluid will stay in the transmission as I do this. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can so I don't lose much fluid. Which in this case, it's going to be hardly any. Make sure that that's engaged. It feels like it is. And I'll go ahead and put my snap ring back on. There we go. And then there's another snap ring that holds the other power takeoff shaft in this little housing on the tractor. So we'll keep it where it is because it's a really nice place that John Deere designed to hold it at. Now we've just switched the tractor over from 1000 to 540 RPM PTO. So I'll go ahead and put my really nice greasy vice grips back in the toolbox on the tractor. In this toolbox, I've got most of the things I need throughout the year. I've got a nice hammer in here, a couple of hitch pins, a couple of nice big adjustable wrenches. I actually fabricated real crudely this tray in here to keep all of my fittings because this tractor is still set up as John Deere. Some of the machinery that I borrow has Pioneer fittings on it. So that's a good place for them to be. There is a hole in the bottom of the box and a hole in here, so that little bit of hydraulic fluid does leak out of there. Go ahead and take this 3-point top link into the building and set off to the side for now, where it can collect dust until we need to plow again. Well, the 4430 started up just fine for us. I've got the grinder all hooked up. We're gonna go out. I got my scoop shovel now. And I'm ready to shovel well over a ton of ear corn. Believe it or not, I've been looking forward to this. I could use some exercise. I gotta go buy a back glass because I left it open and ran the auger into it. Well, that's just great. That's just great. Now let's see how much glass we got on the ground, because I'm gonna have to figure out how to get all this cleaned up with the kids around. It's a good thing I've got the dumpster here. I'll probably put it all in the scoop shovel, maybe in the bucket on a loader tractor, and put it on the dumpster. I don't need this. My own stupidity. Well, you can see there my nice little sea of blue snow. Yeah, scoop all that up and get rid of it. That way the kids don't get into it. Luckily, most of this glass broken stayed in the same area. I just looked up and it looks like the cost to replace that rear window is somewhere between $120 and $160 plus shipping. Well, I just got done redoing that interior. I really don't want it to get nasty, so we're gonna have to buy a rear window sooner rather than later. Oh, what'd you think, puppy? Huh? What'd you think, girl? Never thought when making this video that the whole video would be about cleaning up glass. Well, I've got the tractor and grinder positioned roughly where I want it. We'll extend this auger out and see if we can get it roughly to the entrance of this crib where we want it. Move all my boards out of the way. Get in and make my shoveling as easy as I possibly can. That should work out pretty well there. I'm gonna try my best to get the snow off this top layer of corn. And not add too much excessive moisture into this. I'm really trying to be easy on the grinder getting started here. Because of how this grinder is, it doesn't have a cross auger at the bottom of it to take away all the corn that I'm grinding. All that corn has to go up the fan and into the top of the grinder. So being that this is just a little bit wet and damp, I don't want to overdo it because that fan can't handle a whole lot. I don't care for how much sloppy wet corn is on the bottom of that crib. I'm gonna go get a couple buckets and a pail. See if I can't just put that sloppy stuff in there, sort it out from the ears as I'm throwing it in. Just give that right to the pigs. Well, I didn't get a whole lot ground up before the fan on the front of the grinder decided to plug up. It's only probably about the third or fourth time I've used this grinder. Needless to say, I don't think it's going to be lasting real long on this farm. It's going to probably be getting upgraded as soon as reasonably possible. I need to at least find something that has a cross auger underneath the hammer mill. That way the material goes through that cross auger instead of up through the fan like this one. For this fan, if you give it any kind of extra grief, it will plug. Started really trying to feed it to it for a little bit, and apparently it can't handle that much corn, and I'm gonna have to unplug it. I don't have enough time tonight. We're gonna lose sunlight here pretty soon. So unload it, and I'll have to unplug that another day. Got it backed in over the wagon. Go ahead and turn it back on. I already pulled the pin out for the hammer mill and deactivated that, so I'm not fighting that. Let that mix up a little bit more, and we'll turn the auger on and empty this thing out. Go ahead and feed this little bit of ground corn to the calves and them pigs. I guess that's it for today's video. I don't know what more we're going to get done. I've got to work on that grinder, or at least get the neighbors, and the sun's setting, and I'm not going to work out there grinding corn after the sun sets. My wife's bringing the kids home here, and there won't be anybody to keep an eye on me as I'm grinding this corn. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We can do a lot here, but we can't grow this channel without your help. Thanks, and have a good day.